Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another exciting, riveting, and amazing, spectacular, wondrous Propagandacast from your host, Imperial Dane, the one, the only master propaganda hero site, defender of the fatherland. Off here to 1v1 on Rechnaya Pereprava. In the north, it is Forest, fighting for the Oberkommandant, Germany, Deutschland. Taking on the role here of the... let's just go with 23rd Panzer Division here with Overwatch, Luftwaffe Ground Forces, and Grand Offensive with triple influence from the south. It is Hireling, fighting for the Red Army, the Soviet Union, Comrade Stalin. Taking on the role here of the glorious, wondrous 1st Mechanized Corps with shock right frontline tactics feeding the KV-8. The anti-tank and ambush tactics, shock troopers, incendiary artillery barrages, and eyes to heavy tanks with triple impulsion as well. Also a big thanks to Simon and to Fabian for donating and supporting Propagandacaster with their hard-earned money, particularly in these, dark and more plague-ridden times. It is even more appreciated. You can find the money to support me. So big thanks to you, and of course a big thanks for paid supporters who do the same on a monthly basis. Other people can join their wondrous, heroic, and spectacular ranks by Patreon themselves. You can just donate one time. Links in the video description. Could also help me pay off my new computer, which is why the game looks, a lot nicer now compared to like old videos, in the channel, and also smooth and all that. So your support there, of course, be appreciated. Anyways, got double foots can steal upon says Forest, and of course comment, like, share, subscribe, press the bell button. Do the dance. Do the YouTube algorithm dance. Doop-a-doop-doop. Triple comes there for Hireling though. Up north here, we've got the full squad moving up. We've got the Kubang weather for Forest. Full squad up behind sandbags. The skirmishing there with the conscript, grab the southern victory point. Far up north, the engineer squad grabs the fuel point. While wondering, was it really vodka they got that morning? Or was it actually just something disguised as vodka? Kubelwagen there almost done for Forest. Conscript moving through the south. Conscript sitting out there. 4th squad on the way there for Hireling, and the Red Army lining up here from the sort and southern fuel point here with one lone full squad that's left to hold up against all those Soviet infantrymen. Conscript ahead there. Shots being fired. But skirmishing. Kubang rushing south was there. MD-34 the ready to assist. More conscript arriving here for Hireling. First kill there. Sergei drops dead. Shot right through the heart with a bullet there from a Kunite TK. Kubag joining up north there. We got a bit of full engineers for the engineers. Full into the building. Without a flame for the engineers, will not have a chance in this one. In particular, with the Sturm Punies arriving in with a flamethrower, the chances of surviving this are pretty slim. Worth noting here, Hireling could actually be pushing this a much harder than he currently is, but he's probably worried about what the Sturm Pioneers are. Now the units up now, of course, knows he should be able to push hard, but interesting enough, Hireling is, nope, there you go, looks like he's going to go hard here. Or he may also try and push for the component. Definitely needs to, push harder. You think, just push all 3 squads in. Overwhelm Forest, get the kills, grab the fuel. But interesting enough, there, Hireling is not coming hard. So they've got sandbags up here. Thumbs up to Forest. There we go. Now we got it. And there we go. That actually explains what Doom's actually looking to outmaneuver his opponent. Very good there. Definitely much better than I imagined. Got an anti-tank taking out the Kubelwagen. Very good extra attack by Hireling. Very good. He had me fooled there for a moment. So very good play there by Hireling. Kubang is kaput. And he's carrying the southern fuel point. He's lost another fuel point. I would say might slightly get ahead here of Forest on this basis here then. Simply because again he actually got a unit destroyed there. And you see if Forest actually rushing in the Schwere Wehrmacht slip, but he's actually doing it intentionally. Is that the rally point for the Kubang maybe that got sent off course there? I think that was the case that happened from time to time. That is a rally point to get another unit fast forward, and then the other unit was not supposed to go there. Gets there as well because you forgot to change the rally point. Sturm Planning squad here, Forest moving in quickly to avenge the Kubelwagen sitting with the car point, but he gets caught here by one of my personal pet peeves. Machine gun bunkers that are sticking way too far out of the base, and covers way too much terrain. Got a wipe though. Definitely avenging the Kubelwagen there. Good work by Forest. Almost got suppressed by that one, but fortunately for him it didn't happen. But again, I really wish someone would clean up the map because there's a lot of cases where, machine gun emplacement just covers way too much into the map there, which really can create some frustrating moments. Anyways, confidence the full squad is here. So, Hireling here suddenly had the table turned on by Forest. Aggressive Sturm Pioneer action. He's going to need to take up fast here, I think. He may also plan here the shock troopers, possibly here versus Forest. We shall see. Truck there up for the Kampfgruppe Hauptquartier here for Forest, and we got the Luftwaffe Ground Forces Doctrine activated with heavy fortifications. Not that anyone ever really utilizes it. Stiger Smoke Reconnaissance, Fallschirmjägers, Valiant Assault, and of course the Airborne Assault. Constantly reinforcing healing, got the medics there for Hireling, and units constantly westwards. So shock rifle versus Luftwaffe ground forces. Certainly some difference then how the doctrines operate and what they offer, but still some light similarities. Both offer elite assault infantry. I suppose both have some sort of call-in stuff there from above as well. Flak after for Forrest, that's going to be a challenge there for Hireling to deal with. He's going to need a field gun to deal with that, or he's going to need to somehow rush out a T-70, though with current resources looking as they are, not likely. So Forrest then fighting to take a flash got shock to the squad. Great as well. Forrest's current infantry, though obviously versus the flak half track, the body armor is going to fall significantly short. So Forrest here using some aggressive maneuvers to throw off Hireling's game there, and he's so far succeeding quite nicely. The Hireling is obviously not taking this without any arguments or discussion either, and so trying to hit back hard hit Forrest. Hope to catch some units of guard, get some wipes. But so far, there we go, forcing retreat to grab the fuel point there pretty quickly. Some sandbags in there, but all pretty good idea for Hireling. Reinforced healing. Shock troopers setting out here for the southern fuel point. The full squad is getting a bit of a shock troopers price. The PV-41s, of course, threatening a swift and merciless death. Coming up there, shock troopers were technically assault engineers in the Soviet army, specialists for urban warfare, where they'd then be equipped with the body armor you can sort of see it on them, which was technically only really good versus 9mm Parabellum, which is basically MP40 and pistol shots versus, you know, rifles and machine guns and all that. The body armor wasn't particularly effective, but in close quarters combat, where the main weapons would be pistols and submachine guns, you know, it would be quite effective. But little fun fact there, little fun fact. Flak after aggression did suffer an anti-tank grenade damage. They've got the Storm Punch or the extra equipment there to repair. Still, Hireling pushing back there. He's also unlikely, man. You're going to be rushing out some field guns here versus Forrest and the Germans. Mine's going off here on Hireling, killing some of those conscripts. Very good. The Schützen in there proving effective as always. Round the point here. Down western point, looking to connect the western fuel point, and then he's just denying his opponent fuel anyways, which is also good. And we got Forrest calling in the Fallschirmjägers. Worth noting, when it comes to Forrest, he's a big fan of Luftwaffe ground forces. He really likes it, and particularly likes the Fallschirmjägers, which there's nothing wrong with. Nothing wrong, I feel like, with having a doctrine if you can sort of make it really work, and it's, you know, quite good. Conscripts caught up with the conscripts. Then we got the 84 conscripts. There we go. Get bad lading or abandon straight at the conscripts. Up north, these shock troops there could push in and deal with the folks. Can they say easily, I think? Or they could try and swing in against the Fallschirmjägers. Flak half time in. That's going to rout the shock troopers pretty soon. Supporting company up here. Could try and set up the tank lieutenant command instead push from fast light armor. That would be a bit more ambitious. Give the flak half tech more time, but at the same time would obviously mean he pushes out something in that sense it can overall threaten Forrest more aggressively. So there's some back and forth here. Bad set. Really ambitious here. I think what he's trying to do is basically just tie up the flak half tech with the shock troopers, just, you know, keeping those bait and then smoking and just sort of keeping it out of the fight for a while there. An interesting maneuver there by Hireling. Certainly fairly, again, ambitious, risky, I would say even. Probably not what I'd pull myself. Certainly a fan of risky maneuvers, but my risky maneuvers tend to be in slightly different directions. Consulates the Volksgrenadiers up north here. We've got troops sneaking in there as well. See some southern pointing with the Fallschirmjägers. Another truck there for Forrest, looks to take ahead here of his opponent. Hireling can go for the T-7 does so neatly here. The T-7 light tank. Flak capturing on the conscript, putting his personal squad there with some heavy flak fire. Sturm Pioneer, they're charging in center to take out the first squad, but he's forced to retreat there. Forrest wisely seizes it, putting a concussive grenade against a bunch of infantry here. Doesn't pop it here though. There's an opportunity here by Forrest. Instead, there was the Sturm take a lot of damage. T-7 light tank almost done there for Hireling, but so far he has certainly seen a lot of, you know, success until then he met with losing most of the map. You can argue the same for Forrest, you know. It's been very much back and forth in an aggressive manner so far in this. There you go. Anti-tank grenade off here. This definitely opens up for the T-7 pushing pretty hard here. Plus the way he's moving about here. He also just threatens with another anti-tank grenade, and the flak half track can easily set up either, since again, you know, other stuff might catch up and then finish it off here. So certainly an interesting position that Forrest with the flak half track is in. And T-7 rushing up here, Falkman's routed. This could be further problems. There we go. Sets up there. Again, he has to push back the conscripts there. But again, he also now knows the T-7 is endbound, so he could be in trouble there. And there you go. T-7 go for the flak half track there. Main gun out on the 251-17. Almost got it. One more hit. And there we go. Troop 117 kaput. A definite blow there to Fortis. Mine goes up. Oh, that's... Oh, it's the strap-panted quarters that exploded there. That was cancelled, basically, by Fortis. So, that's actually a bit of a double whammy there for Hireling. Not only did he take out the flak half tech, he also pretty much stole Fortis' tech there. And of course, even technically cost some resource there, since, you know, it's 70 manpower, 15 and then it's lost on this aborted attempt to strap-panted quarters. So, that's actually slightly significant there as well for Hireling, and definitely gives him something to make up these, you know, losses of resource there to his opponents. So, thumbs up there to Hireling. Ground points here with Engineers Conscripts. Max on the way there to help deal with Fortis' infantry. Not a bad idea there either. North Engineers rounded as we get a counterattack here. Fortis having assembled a significant assault platoon here. 2 Volkswagen squads and a Fallschirmjäger squad. Though none upgraded. We are seeing some Sturmgewehr and field on the way there though. And the teams rushing westward to deal with this incursion of fascist infantry. Sandbags up as well. Very good. Worth noting that Hireling has not actually laid down, I think, any sandbags at all, which certainly sort of stands out compared to how a lot of SO players play, in particular the higher ranked ones. And Hireling is not exactly, you know, a slouch either there, so it's interesting to note he is not going for sandbags for the Soviets. In fact, we haven't seen much mines either there. I think it's more been due to the hub just aggressively Fortis and pressuring him, so he hasn't had much time for it. He's not finding a way down, trying to deal with the Volksgunners without getting Panzerfausted, so a bit of a challenge there for Hireling, but so far seems to be balancing it somewhat nicely. But again, Fortis going for the fuel points. Again, very crucially, it's about resources a lot of the time here. While they're sending some folks in the centre here a bit from Hireling, Fortis' eyes are firmly focused on the field. There you go. T-Sons a bit down too far there. Could risk getting knocked out, but Kevin's not careful. Definitely a bit of a slip up there. Maximig not pointing in the right direction. Could get band grenaded. Shock to his knees. Push back the full squad, almost getting the white piece. Still Pioneers popping up because of the 8, but expecting to run into it. Didn't. I think that's most because wasn't paying attention. They're missing opportunity to finish off the Sturms. There you go. Got a grenade off another turn on the Sturm Pioneer, the RG-42 anti-personnel grenade, which was a more simplified version of another grenade. Also one with more explosive power than the previous grenade, the one you for example see in the game used by the Garten, for example. Much easier to manufacture. Cheesing unit repairs, Sturm Pine squad mode for Fortis, having lost the other one. Definitely small kill, good kill there for Hireling. Also we've been cut off there. Good work. A lot of back and forth here. That said, Fortis is also ensuring that Hireling isn't taking up too fast himself either, which of course is very crucial. If Hireling were to suddenly get able to like take ahead very fast ahead of Fortis, Fortis could be in a lot of trouble because of that. Shocks probably should be pulled back for their healing after this, as they are quite low on health. Any future engagements could cost them quite significantly. Field combining here, maximum joining like everything about there. Switching force and healing. The T-Team is almost done there for Hireling. Consequently, the advancing Sturm Pioneer as they charge forward for the glory of Deutschland. Striking fear into the hearts of the socialists. Maximum up there again. T-Team good to go. Another truck attempt there by Fortis, another Schwer Panzerhauptquartier, as he forms up another assault team to go for the southern fuel point. 2 squads equipped with the Sturmgewehr 44, also known as the Maschinenpistolen 44, which was basically the cover name before they presented it to Zephyra, because he technically back in 1942 had forbidden them from working more on the weapon, but the German army pretty much went, you know what? This gun's too good not to give it another gun, so they did, but they just went to call it the submachine gun to sort of hide it and you're still being developed there. Back in 1940, it's the machine carabiner, or machine carabin. And so countless of Kidnap here, going for the car point again, looking to disrupt Fortis' resource flow here. Getting it a bit careless here with the T-70 Panther. Oh! Holy smokes, that was lucky. I can't have a miss there. Actually, a lot more uncomfortable there for Hireling. There you go, Falcon again to get confidence to assist as well there. Keeping up the fuel a bit longer. Maximum turn on with the Fallschirmjäger. Consequent shocks from they could catch the cannon there first. Fortis too slow. That could actually be a wipe. Chance of that being a wipe is actually pretty high now. Yeah, that's a wipe. And that's going to come in under control of Hireling. That's a pretty big blow to Fortis for the obvious reason. He no longer has his anti-tank to deal with the T-70, because also crucially, he just gave his opponent a cannon effort. which is not going to be a 6-man like Hireling now, which is going to be hard for him to clear out. There's a bit of a double ow on that one. Shockers are popping a grenade here. RG-42. Quick kill there. He's going to hold back for repairs again. That's set. Even if it's like Hireling, there's still, of course, one thing that is very much breaking up for this, and that, of course, is fuel and tech, and he's got the Schwer punch balls up. In fact, he's not far from the Panzer IV. Despite everything, despite all the losses, Fortress has, for these sacrifices, been able to maintain control of fuel in a sufficient advantage level that, you know, he's going to be able to push out a tank ahead here of Hireling. So that's it, of course. Hireling does with the SIS-3 and Rechnaya for now. So it's not like a Panzer IV is going to have an easy time of it, but still, crucially, he has going to have like the first medium tank out in the field, and that is also still a significant edge. Also, France makes an upgrade with the F-242s more. I always find this one a bit awkward to describe, like, you know, they already have a pair, and then you get in the military, what do you call it, like finishing the upgrades? It's a bit confusing to describe. Anyways, Schwer punch calls they're ready, going for the Southern Victory Point. We've got Fin 65s and Fin 83 victory point wise, they're pretty close. Grab Northern Point, quick to laying down some flare mines with his conscripts. Hireling, of course, should be taking up soon. Caught here by the Schwer punch quarter structures above at ace level already, 15 kills. In the name of the Soviet peoples on the motherland. Heading for the northern fuel point, Panzer IV Moldy on the way there for Fortress and the German army. Worth noting, he's not actually doing a lot to defend the fuel point, or to like keep forces nearby. In fact, he's centering a lot of forces, well, around the center. So again, I think that's also a crucial element that allows Fortress to very quickly just keep, you know, gaining the fuel advantage, because the way Hireling is positioning his forces, it makes it difficult for him to actually defend the fuel point. Okay. Begun an attempt to destroy it. I mean, this could also be a reason the army can destroy it. That's obviously a huge deal here for Hireling, and of course, a huge problem for Fortress. But something to see how this works. So I can feel coming up there. Just need something to spot here. I think it's going to work out perfectly. Hopping a smoke grenade here. One Guineas on the way there. Thumbs up there. McKenna gets a hit on the Schwer punch. We've got the Volksmakers full gunners moving in. Bombarding. I mean, technically just having the field gun shoot at it directly is actually more effective than bombarding it. Holy smokes, that was a great round grenade. They've saw through Hireling's maneuver then off. Shock Trooper Squad going to get wiped out here, I think, unless he gets very lucky. And by Stalin's mustache, he bloody well did. That's it, he's getting the field of firing there. He's got Panzer IV giving in, almost got the Schwer punch quarters though. Pretty dicey again. I think he just been in the T7, he's still doing that. He just had the spot. He could have probably taken out this Schwer punch quarters much weaker. In fact, it's probably been done. But now Panzer going in there. Almost got the Schwer punch gun. Down it goes. A huge blow here to Fortress. I mean, he does have the Panzer IV get out there. But now, the matter of getting out another one is a lot less straightforward. And there you go. Bomb grenade on the field gun. Panzer IV getting down to half health. Less than half health. This is dangerous. 90 tank grenades got them popped here. And there we go. Panzer IV narrowly gets away. T70 here trying to hold it. It's going to get Panzer IV for the Volksgun squad if he's not careful.
Enemy forces are capturing our supplies.
Good lord, this match has certainly seen a lot of, like, you know, aggressive changes in, like, situation of both players. Still, Panzer IV is doing some great work, even if it's close to destruction. Fortress pushes it to its very limits, and there you go. Got a T70.
The enemy has destroyed one of our vehicles.
And Engineer Squad, I think, got wiped up the Panzer IV as well. The now support weapons are suddenly cut off there. Try and take out that Panzer IV is going to quickly hold back. In fact, combat blitzing, very good. Maximum's not trying to deal with the back. Got a retreat here from the support weapons there. Troops reinforcing healing. Probably should swing hard west and go up there, I think.
Enemy forces
So,
are attempting to capture our
bit hard to say there. I mean, he's still got most of the map, but it's going to be very difficult to now get out more tanks. So, there's an opportunity now for Hireling, but it still needs to be, like, fully exploited here, I think, versus Fortress. It needs to, like, actually push for arm of the zone.
Enemy tanks are now available to crush the enemy.
Conscript West was there, so we'll have to see. There we go. Mechanized Armor Company are flying away. Conscript Shock Troops moving in. Panzer IV being hauled back. Then 9 kills. Troops reinforcing healing. Got another truck there, so it'll be interesting to see. Does it go for another Schwer punch course here? Does it go for the mechanized red unit? I mean, the thing about, if you lose the Schwer punch quarters, in terms of resources, going for another Schwer punch quarters, building a Panzer IV is roughly the same amount of resources as if you just build a mechanized red and then go for the King Tiger. Almost, I mean, fudging the numbers a bit, at least in terms of fuel. And so usually the big question is, do you then just try and go for another Panther front, just be able to like more easily push out medium tanks, or do you just like, you know what, I'm just going to go for the really big King Tiger? That's what shows, say, one of those big questions there. Mechanized armor company and go for the T-34 from 6, of course. He could try and stall for the IS-2, but his current fuel situation, bit dubious. Bit dubious. Falcon was hiding out there with full 4 FT-42s. There we go, T-34 from 6 on the way there for Hireling, very good. He could also consider Mortar for some light artillery support, maybe another Maximum, that could also be a good investment here versus Forless, I suspect. So T-34 on the way, and we do get the Mechanized Regiment. So yeah, Forless here basically is on the Königstiger plan. Just enforcing Healing. Fighting their half health. Almost got northern fuel point. Panther 4 setting out there. Panther 4 can't easily hit it because he's using the terrain here with the small bit of hedges there to make it harder. Of course, they can attack ground, but even then, as you might notice, it requires them to actually like, set up for forcing him to do other things. Like, it can't just be auto-managed. T-34's gone way there, go Brandhand and the conscripts. Routing the Frontovics there with a handheld Inferno. T-34's been on the way there for Forless. Not for Forless, but Hireling, damn it. Folks getting grounded. Small chance of grenade working out here, but almost didn't even need it. Close one there though. Stuttgart's a fuss. Okay, he's not going for a King Tiger, so at least not right away. I mean, Stuttgart's a fuss is good with it, can definitely work out, but it's also one of those units I find that tends to for a lot of players not really work out, and they just end up wasting, you know, resources and population on it because they just can't aim with it and just keep wasting barrages effectively. At which point the Stuttgart's a fuss is just dead weight. So it's typically not a unit I advise in general. With the Pulse, we've got suppressor for the Maximum to grab that northern fuel, and of course, you should also Pulse Drive grab the southern fuel. We got 58 with 266. Forder's all swinging the victory pony. Then there you go. Stuttgart's for Fuss out there. Kenneth northern victory point. During the southern victory point, probably into the southern fuel pod. Captain Fox when there goes. Stuttgart's flying away. Imagine he's trying to hit. Oh, yeah, the Max from the building is pretty good. Holy smokes! Wow! I mean, technically that was a good strike. It just didn't work out for him. Had some really bad luck. I mean, several rockets hit their building, and somehow this building out of wood and straw bloody well held out as if it was made of beaten concrete. That's gotta feel bad. My God! You said straw is a thing made out of Stalin's smashed ass whiskers. I believe our scouts have confirmed that this house roof is in fact made out of hairs from Stalin's mustache. How's it got so big and yellow? Or how's it got so many? We don't know. But apparently they are in fact just that. He must have a magical mustache. That is the only reasonable conclusion. T-34 on the way there for Hireling.
The enemy is taking what we have secured.
And saying grenade off. We got 22 with 261. Ground center victory point with the Fallschirmjäger.
Enemy forces are neutralizing a sector.
Again from the wing in, folks almost going up by the T-34 from 6. Almost go out, looking at the T-34 from 6. Back at reinforcing Healing. Need to fix that one up. Close to veterans to 1. Frontovics setting out there for Hireling. Worth noting, it's also not upgrading them. It's also starting to throw quite a bit of manpower. More support weapons could be an idea. In which case, I'd probably recommend either Maximum Mortar here. Mortar could, of course, be used for artillery support, though, of course, he may be less keen on that due to the cabinet. You can also build fuel caches, actually. In fact, fuel caches would be very good even if you want to like go for the IS-2. Getting fuel caches up would speed up the process towards the IS-2 at a significantly higher pace and also make it harder for Forrest just cut them off for fuel easily. So I think you should actually consider that. Oh, got a wipe there. At this point, you should probably just call in some fresh infantry. Now, the shock trooper squad could be a good idea there. Back here, reinforcement healing. He does, in fact, calling in the second shock trooper squad. Not calling additional armor, so there's a chance here that Hireling might be dreaming of another on IS-2 heavy tank here versus Fortis. Northern big punches for the Fultz Grenadiers. Okay, now if we can hold back for reinforcement healing. See if we can get in the fights in Jaeger. They had Destiny 4, 21 kills. Stubble's firing again. I'm guessing that's a barrel straight to the basic. Yup. Got 3 kills. Not impressive, but not terrible either. But again, so far 2 barrages, 6 kills. Damaging the T-56 coming out of the fight for a bit here. Pentacle is the maximum. Far up north, the shock squad to deal with the Fultz Grenadiers unless they get very unlucky. So yeah, we go. Easy retreat here. Fortis does not want to fight that fight out since it's just going to be a waste of manpower in most cases. Field in the south here. Could try and up to assist here. Could also try and get like Kenneth into position. But yeah, it does look like Hireling here is going to stall for the IS-2 heavy tank versus 4S. Not impossible, certainly, but going to be a bit tricky here. And of course, the main right forward is trying to stall for the King Tiger, the Königstiger. Far up north, the club got the Panther 4. Their body armor obviously of no use against a semi-final with a high explosive shell. Okay, high explosive shell on the Stumping on the car pod. Nope, goes to the KV-8. Alright. Didn't see that one coming, and Fortis may not either. Obviously, used to versus the armor to a degree, at least not great with the 45mm gun, but on the other hand, of course, it's going to be great versus the infantry and support weapons, burning through them very rapidly if he makes correct use of them. If not, well, it's going to be, well, a little less impressive. But it is an option. It is an option.
We are losing territory.
It is an option. So picks up the T-56 campaign, finding Sentinel came in under fire. Down to half health. Thought to make still suppressed. Soon be pinned down. Bound grenade off here, but didn't get off in time. He's got 2 shots coming in there. Definite death sentence there. They stuck around for much longer. Panther being pulled back. 21 kills. Barrage off here, and this time a bit more of an impressive splash. Actually got 4 kills, putting it at 10. That's a definite improvement over the last 2 barrages. KV-8 now on the way here for Hireling, equipped with a flamethrower, obviously. Because they're being caught in the Inferno and routed, will be suffering heavy damage. Chuckman gets the Fultz Squad as well. Bit more to go in there, he goes down to get kills. See, 2 kills right from the KV-8. Almost got a full wipe down the retreating unit. The KV doesn't get much there. Oh, doesn't try and go for the finish one. There, looking coming up. The 2 Lieutenants ready here. He wasn't perhaps ready for it, but he was quick to react to it. Good move there by Fortis. Good move. Careful not to stick the key around for too long here though, since Fortis of course is going to be quick to hunt it down here. Engineers there from Hireling to repel his armor. That is, well, they're sent for that. Go great hit from the KV-8 by the double dead mountains, and you keep pulling back the KV-8. T-Fit coming in though. Field coming up as well here. They probably shouldn't be sticking around too long in front of the double like dead mount from the Panther 4 here, but a mistake there by Hireling, I think. At least he was too slow to react. There we go. T-34 down, a definite win there for Fortis. We got 274 to 207. In the far south here, we got the Engineers with the Fultz Grenadiers. Troops reinforcing healing. Up north, we got the Pomming Seas with the Shock Troopers. Burning through them. Falconers on the move there for Fortis.
under attack.
Bit of quiet there in the base. Foxman sitting out there. He's level now for 26 kills. So good. But pretty bad for the Soviets. Pretty sick obly out. And there you go. Foxman's right here by the shock troops that are coming up there as well. Porter's Mimo's getting ever closer to the Königstiger. And Hireling is definitely now far removed from an IS-2 heavy tank. Ooh.
The enemy has killed another infantry
Another unit
squad.
wiped here. Another con squad expired. There you go, Stupid's firing again. He hoped to get some kills. This time, actually getting some kills in there. A total of 11 with a single strike. That was very good barrage there. Another target for forces. He's going to go for another Schwerpunkt Portsman. He is not going to be stalling for the King Tiger then. Interesting. KB8 on the way for Hireling though. Osman out that KB8. Fun fact, by 1944-45, they're actually using T-34-6s with a whole machine gun replaced with a flamethrower tank, so these known as the OT-64. Fun fact there. Meaning you could take still fire the main gun as well. T-34-6 cancelled. Planning an HE5, maybe it's going to have only try and stall for the IS-2. Carve point hitting again. Heading further down the fuel point and alongside the victory point, we got 274 on 80 cent back, reinforcing healing, keeping northwards. Up north, instructors around the folks can use with ease. They stand no chance. They stand no chance. There you go, folks, we pursued it with the KVA. A self-propelled Inferno. Hot on the heels. Instructors from northern point. There you go, Ace. Fox makes this Ace shock to the score there. Grenade easily dodged, and the shock was just fall back here. Meanwhile, the hunt for the cave begins here for Fortress. Almost got in the southern point here. Fortress squad in the first two engineer squads, they're going to have a very easy time. Panther Force heading eastwards there. We got almost virtually free there on it. Back here, truck is setting up close to their car phone. He's standing around there. Of course, maybe just realised, hang on, I could just go for the King Tiger instead. So he's not going to build Santa Claus again, he could just go for the King Tiger. Turns into was on 77, stood a strike off there. Well, went from 11 kills in a single strike to no kills, so yeah. Stukas rolling back here, that is very close to 22 though. Southern Point thinks he's back here for Fortress and the 23rd Panzerdivision here. 85 tanks for Hireling. Perhaps sensing a King Tiger on the horizon. Certainly makes a lot of sense. Makes a lot of sense. Panther on the move here. Very, very close to that team free there. HE5 halfway done. Shock squad again the Foxmakers. Now that grenade off in there. Go get a hit from the assist if you're going to get him. We got Fox squad on the flank here. Blend curve on the shock troopers. KV8 is back in base being back close to the base being repaired, so can't easily assist here. Looks like field gun he probably needs right now. The Ford is all moving to again the expectation of that. A lot of action in there you go. HE5 ready. The set of troops being spread to the maximum. Cabling up the Falcon is burned through them. There we go, catching the Falcon with these out in the open here. The vengeful fires are starting. There you go. 4 kills, 6 kills, 7 kills, almost getting wiped there. You've got air support called in by Fortress, but also I think for the King Tiger almost. Oh, actually built the Schwerpunkt quarters now. Costing him the fuels he can't call in there. Kevin's burned up the KB8 too close to each other, making easy time. There you go. Almost taking out the KB8 in return here. Bet you 250 kills, controlling H5 nearby. Field control around. There we go. Good hit. Combat Blitz out there. Both the camps could be seized in now by Hireling and turns against Fortress. Combat Blitz in Panther continues. Air support raining down there on the HD5. Panther looks like he's just going to get away from there. Also looks like both Soviet armor pieces will fall back as well then. KV8 and the HD5. Maxim pinned down to the ground by the Luftwaffe. And Maxim's about to get wiped out. There's a Faxinegger's charge in there. 29 kills. It'll have to become 30. There you go. 30 kills. Still partners bring in. Panther 4 bashing in as well there. Catching the field in a pretty compromised position. And Hireling can't punish it. Almost got the 85 there. Need to put the cable 8 into the base. Need to get the engineers to heal, reinforced and repairing. Northeast shockers to the Panther 4 now. Vetchney Folk increasing his action. There you go. Königstiger has been summoned forth here by Forest and Deutschland. Max and man by the Fallschirmjäger of all chaps. They're holding up here the Soviet assault there. And they got the Stukas flying to the base and get some kills there. Kills some engineers, in fact. Ooh. Decent dodge there behind him, but still suffers some engineer losses. That said, enemy's managed to push back Fortress for now. The situation is very much favored now for Fortress. The King Tiger, the almost Ace Panther 4, the Ace Fallschirmjägers, like, the odds are not looking great here for Hireling. The odds are not looking great. Shocked if they're routed by the Königstiger, the Tiger 2, or Tiger B. Have a lot of names, really. They should fire they're fixed up. We can down the Southern Point. We got Southern Victory Point mixes as well. Königstiger mobilizing once more. Mobilize, Southern Victory Point. Still got, of course, like the Shrap 100 quarters. Well, it's been set up there again now, I guess. It's a better way to put it. Third time's the charm, one supposes. Smoking it off, but that's not going to happen against the King Tiger or the almost Ace Panther. Before we can shoot bounce off the King Tiger's thick frontal armor. The south here comes to the standing right next to the Scrap Hunter, which has not been authorized, so that's a small blessing, I suppose, for Hireling. And Senior Tillian called in here on the Southern Point. There, got the kept on the H35, 5 puts with flank here like Panther Faust. And that H35 is kaput. Transforming in now onto the King Tiger, and there you go. H5 tanks around with that. Hireling surrenders. A loss for the Red Army. The first mechanized corps forced to fall back, conceding ground here to the 23rd Panzer Division and successfully pulled through. A lot of back and forth here, but the end Fortress won for, I think, a better sort of larger perspective. Whereas Hireling, I think, focused so much in the centre. Fortress very much kept the eyes on the fuel, much more efficient, was able to get a fuel advantage steadily, and that way sort of overall build up an advantage. Whereas Hireling, I think, struggled to keep the fuel in his sights, and that way, you know, gain enough armor. So, GG, well played there, Fortress. And hope you enjoyed this match. Hope you learned something from it. Did subscribe, like, share, comment on it, tell friends, tell family, but don't tell enemies. This is Imperial LinkedIn. Cheers. Thank you for watching. Hope you all tomorrow again. Found that's an episode. Bye.